On March 8, 2014, a routine red-eye flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. 239 souls aboard Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 vanish without a trace. What follows is a labyrinth of theories, false leads, and a haunting question that remains unanswered to this day. What happened to MH370? A flight MH370 took off at 12:41 a.m. local time. The Boeing 777 ascended into the night sky, communicating with air traffic control as expected. At 1:19 a.m., the final words from the cockpit were transmitted: "Good night, Malaysian 370." Moments later, the aircraft disappeared from civilian radar screens. Military radar, however, painted a different picture. The plane deviated from its planned route, turning sharply westward, crossing the Malay Peninsula, and heading towards the Andaman Sea. Then it vanished from all radar coverage. The disappearance triggered an unprecedented international search effort. Initial searches focused on the South China Sea, but the revelation of the plane's westward turn shifted attention to the Indian Ocean. Satellites detected hourly handshakes between the aircraft and a communications satellite, suggesting the plane flew for several hours after losing contact. These signals led investigators to a remote part of the southern Indian Ocean. Despite extensive searches covering 120,000 square kilometers, no wreckage was found. The ocean had swallowed its secrets. In 2015, a breakthrough, a piece of wing known as a flaperon, washed ashore on Réunion Island. Subsequent finds included parts of the aircraft discovered along the coasts of Mozambique and Madagascar. While these fragments confirmed the plane's demise in the Indian Ocean, they offered no clues about the cause. The void of concrete evidence gave rise to numerous theories. Some experts suggest a deliberate act by the pilot, Zahari Ahmad Shah, possibly a planned murder-suicide. Others propose catastrophic mechanical failure, hijacking, or even more outlandish ideas like alien abduction. One theory posits that the plane was flown to a remote location and hidden. The lack of debris and the calculated flight path lend some credence to this. Yet, without definitive proof, these remain speculations. For the families of the 239 passengers and crew, the pain is immeasurable. The absence of closure, the endless waiting, and the myriad of unanswered questions have left deep scars. Memorials have been erected, but the wound remains open. MH370's disappearance is not just an aviation mystery, it's a human tragedy. As technology advances and new searches are proposed, hope flickers. Perhaps one day the ocean will relinquish its hold on the truth. Until then, MH370 remains a haunting enigma. In the pitch-black skies above the South China Sea, something unexplainable occurred. At precisely 1:21 a.m., MH370 blinked out of existence from all civilian radar systems. No distress call, no emergency beacon, just silence. For the world below, the plane simply ceased to be. A ghost in the sky. But Malaysian military radar saw more. MH370 had inexplicably turned sharply westward. It crossed back over the Malay Peninsula, moving erratically yet deliberately as if guided by an unseen hand. The aircraft then flew into the Andaman Sea and vanished again. That silence, that moment of radio blackness, is where reality begins to slip. It was no accident. The eerie calm of the cockpit's final words, "Good night, Malaysian 370," now rings with sinister undertones. Was it a goodbye? A signal? Or something darker? No voice followed. No cries. No alerts. Just an open wound in the digital airwaves echoing into the void. As investigators scrambled, the world watched with growing dread. A Boeing 777 doesn't just disappear unless it was meant to. Hours passed and MH370 was presumed gone. But technology held a terrifying secret. The aircraft, though mute and invisible to radar, was still pinging. A ghost whispering to satellites. Every hour, it sent a handshake to Inmarsat, a British satellite network. It wasn't communicating like a plane. It was lurking. These pings revealed something chilling. The plane had kept flying for up to 7 more hours, south, into nothingness. This revelation didn't just reopen hope, it unleashed horror. The calculated arc of those satellite pings formed what would be called the seventh arc, an expanse of icy ocean where MH370 may have met its fate. But where exactly? The signal was crude. It was like chasing a shadow in a hall of mirrors. Vast international forces searched 120,000 square kilometers of sea. They found nothing. Nothing but abyss. It was as if the ocean had swallowed the plane whole. No bodies, no seats, no fuselage, no black box. For the families, no answers, just darkness. With no wreckage, no black box, and no survivors, the human mind turned to darker realms. Theories blossomed like shadows in a haunted house. The disappearance wasn't just an aviation mystery, it became a global ghost story, a nightmare etched into the collective psyche.